Well, hello, everyone. It's so great to see everyone on here tonight. So, if you don't know me, my name is Juliana Wilt, and tonight I'm going to teach you about natural solutions for your home. If you have a question during class, you can just write it down, and I'd be happy to address all of your questions after class. If you haven't already done so, you're going to want to grab a pen and paper for notes. There's just going to be a lot of great information tonight. I'm really excited to be able to share with you some of my favorite products that have really impacted mine and my husband's life. But first, real quick, I want to just tell you a little bit about us. My husband Daniel and I have been using these essential oils for 4 years now, and they've made a huge difference in our life. Therefore, we are really passionate about sharing how these essential oils can help you too. A couple of months ago, I came across the quote, and it said, "If it truly changed your life, how could you not tell people about it?" That quote really stirred something in me, and I realized how selfish I had been because for the past 4 years, I was keeping these amazing oils to myself. I was terrified to tell anybody about them. But I don't want to keep these amazing, life-changing products to myself anymore, so that's why I've decided to start teaching these classes. I feel like there are just so many of us who feel like our current healthcare system could use a little work. And what I love is that we now have the opportunity to help ourselves and to self-manage the things that can't even be resolved by going to the doctor. I mean, how many times have you gone to the doctor when you're sick and they're like, "Well, there's nothing we can really give you. You just need to go home, rest, drink lots of fluids, and wait it out." Well, tonight I hope to empower you by showing you that you do have options and that there is something you can do. So on this next slide, I want you to start thinking about a couple of things. So a couple of things that I want you to start thinking about are, where are you currently in your health? And what does that feel like to you? Do you often feel overwhelmed by having to miss work or your children having to miss school? And are you really open to the idea of having more natural solutions in your home? I personally have been exposed to many different essential oils and natural options over the course of my life. That has just always been the route that my family just tried to take when I was growing up. But here's the thing, never did we ever find anything that we love and that we trust as much as we love and trust doTERRA. So now we're going to go ahead and start covering the good stuff. So now is when you're going to want to grab a pen and paper for notes if you haven't already done so. So on this slide, it shows that we have choices when it comes to our health, and it's looking at the modern approach versus the natural approach. So let's take a look at the modern approach. When we look at the modern approach, we see that it is really just addressing our surface level symptoms, and it's not getting to the root cause of the problem. It's man-produced, which means that it's synthetic and that it's not going to have the benefit to be able to find the root cause of the problem. And because of this, it won't be able to work with the body. Because it's synthetic and it's not recognized by our bodies, the modern approach is designed to tell our bodies what to do. And because of this, we will have side effects from this man-produced option. I like to think of the modern approach like this. It would be like driving your car, seeing the check engine light come on, and you go to the mechanic and they say, "Sure, I can fix that. Let me just get some tape and cover up that annoying light for you." Well, while you may not see the indicator light anymore, the actual problem still exists, right? We wouldn't go to a mechanic who solved our car problems by merely covering up the indicator light. So why do we go and use the modern approach and get medications that will merely mask our symptoms and leave the root cause unresolved? So when you look at the natural approach, which is plant-based and produced by nature, you see that we are able to address the root cause of our issues. It works with our body and it helps bring it back into a state of balance so that your body can heal itself the way that it was designed to. And because it is natural, it is recognized by our bodies, and our bodies know what to do with it. Therefore, we won't have those side effects that we get from the modern approach. Instead, we have side benefits. And as an added bonus, it ends up being way cheaper when we use the natural approach too. So I encourage you guys to really think about, what is your health costing you right now? Maybe it's lost days of work, or maybe it's reoccurring copays. Or like I mentioned before, maybe you go to the doctor and they tell you that there is nothing that they can give you and that you just need to go home, drink lots of fluids, rest, and wait it out. But how does that make us feel? We find ourselves frustrated, right? We're frustrated that we went into the doctor. We're frustrated that we spent that copay. We're frustrated that we missed a whole day of work and we did all of that and we still have no answers. So what I love is that this lifestyle has a way of teaching us the 80-20 rule. So the 80-20 rule explains that 80% of the time you will have a product in your home when you're using natural solutions that can address your specific concern. And only 20% of the time will you still need to go in and see your doctor. Now let me be perfectly clear, we are all for doctors. Doctors are definitely needed and we so appreciate them for everything that they do for us. In fact, one of the things I love most about doTERRA is how they partner with doctors to get this research out there and to just learn more about these amazing products. I mean, in fact, my sister's in medical school and I just could not have more respect for doctors. Personally, I am an absolute disaster in the kitchen, and I don't even want to think about the condition that I would be in if I didn't have my doctor to stitch me up after all my accidents. But what I love is that when I have the sniffles, instead of having to go into the doctor, I'm able to grab one of my essential oils and use it. I don't have to go in the doctor, sit in the waiting room, and probably pick up something else while I'm there. What I love is that I have the option at my fingertips, and I have the option to choose what is best for me and my family. So maybe you saw it on one of the last slides, but there was a small bottle of wild orange on it. If you already have essential oils, I encourage you to go grab your wild orange and just experience it right now. But if not, I just want to take a moment to explain to you how you can benefit from your oils. So when using an oil, you can put a drop on your hands, rub them together, and then cup your hands over your nose and mouth and take a deep breath in. I don't know about you, but citrus oils have a way of making me feel instantly happy. And that's actually because citrus oils are mood modulators. So this is an amazing oil to use when you're feeling anxious or feeling bummed out. And remember, every essential oil can have an emotional benefit as well as a physical benefit. So that's pretty cool. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the effectiveness of essential oils. It's really important to understand why essential oils are effective and how they work with our bodies. So on this next slide, you'll see a magnified image of a peppermint leaf. The magnified image shows the oil sacs on the peppermint leaf. So if you've ever walked through a garden and picked up a peppermint leaf, or maybe rosemary or basil, and if you rubbed that leaf between your fingers, you probably experienced an amazing aroma. And that's because when you were rubbing that leaf, you were actually popping the oil sacs and experiencing firsthand the essential oils of the plant. So I love that. I love that essential oils are natural aromatic compounds and that they come from lots of different plants. Essential oils are either steam distilled or cold pressed. And what I love is how they work with the body. If you look at this slide and you look at the picture of the cell, you'll see that as the essential oil reaches the cell, it is actually able to pass through the cell membrane. It's really important to understand that. That means that essential oils are able to address many different needs in our body. Now, essential oils are very fast acting and they are very potent too. For example, 1 drop of doTERRA's peppermint essential oil is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So I don't know about you, but I'd rather use 1 drop of oil rather than have to drink 28 cups of peppermint tea to experience that same benefit. Now on this next slide, you'll see a pie graph that shows that there are many different grades of essential oils. There's the synthetic grade, the food grade, the therapeutic grade, and then there is CPTG grade of essential oils. CPTG stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, and that is doTERRA's quality of essential oil. What I love is that we are the most tested and the most trusted essential oil company. Each batch of oil is tested multiple times, and they are tested by third-party scientists and researchers who have no affiliation with doTERRA. So because of this, you know that every single bottle of essential oil that you receive from doTERRA is free of pesticides and herbicides, and they will never contain any synthetics or fillers. So when it says peppermint on the bottle, it's truly peppermint. So it's safe for your children, for yourself, for your grandparents, and for your grandparents' parents. They are safe for all ages because of their high quality. So now we're going to talk about the 3 ways to use essential oils. The first way is aromatically, and so that basically just means breathing them in. So you can use essential oils aromatically by putting them in a diffuser. So you can add essential oils to a diffuser, combine it with water, and when you turn on the diffuser, it releases an essential oil mist into the air. Or you yourself can act as a diffuser by putting a drop of essential oil on your hands, rubbing them together, cupping them over your mouth and nose, and just taking a deep breath in. So the benefits of using essential oils aromatically is that it can be uplifting to your mood. For example, citrus oils, those are mood modulators, so they are a great choice to diffuse to uplift your mood. It can also open up your airways. So for example, peppermint and our respiratory blend called Breathe, those are great choices to use to help open up your airways and promote easy breathing. And diffusing essential oils can also cleanse and purify the air. So for example, On Guard, which is our protective blend, or lemon, that's a great oil for cleansing. Those are such great choices to use to cleanse and purify the air. Now you'll notice lemon is a citrus oil, so when you're diffusing that to cleanse and purify the air, it's also going to be uplifting to the mood. So I love that. I love that we may be using an oil for one thing, but it's going to benefit us in other areas as well. That's so cool, isn't it? So an oil that I love to use aromatically is peppermint. Like I just mentioned, peppermint is a great oil to use to help open up your airways, either by diffusing it or maybe putting some on your chest or on the bottoms of your feet. Peppermint is also very cooling to the body, so if you're out and about on a hot day, put some peppermint on the back of your neck and it'll be very cooling to your body. It also helps you stay alert, so this is a great oil to diffuse when you're working or working out. It can also help alleviate any head tension, so it's a great oil to apply to the back of your neck, on the bottoms of your feet, or just wherever feels best for you. Peppermint is also great to diffuse for kids who need help with concentration, endurance, and memory. When I was in school, I would diffuse peppermint while I was studying, and then I would also wear it on diffuser jewelry while I was taking my test at school. This has been proven to help people recall memories and to help recall what they have studied. So this is a great thing to do if you have kids who are in school. And if you homeschool your kids, this will be a great oil to diffuse during the day. The second way that you can use essential oils is topically. You can simply apply the essential oils to the bottoms of your feet or to the specific affected area. The bottoms of your feet are covered in reflex points, so that's why it can be beneficial to use the essential oil there. But if you were at the gym and you overdid it on some leg workouts, you'd probably want to rub the essential oils directly on your legs. Now, when using essential oils topically, we always recommend diluting them. Essential oils, remember, they're very potent, so it's important to dilute them in case you were to have a skin sensitivity. Diluting the essential oil does not dilute the benefit that you receive from the oil, but it just does protect your skin if you were to have a skin sensitivity. It spreads the oil over a larger surface area. So, for example, if you're doing a massage, you'll use a lot less oil if you use a carrier oil to spread it over the large surface area. It also keeps the essential oil on your skin. Essential oils are very volatile aromatic compounds, and without that fatty carrier oil, they will oftentimes evaporate off of your skin. The carrier oil that I prefer to use is fractionated coconut oil, but you can really use whatever carrier oil that you prefer. So an example of an oil that we love to use topically is a blend called Deep Blue. My husband and I love this oil because it's great to apply to sore muscles. My husband's job is very physically demanding, so he does use a lot of this. He likes to apply it before and after work. If you've ever slept on your neck wrong, instead of just putting up with the stiff neck, you can apply some Deep Blue to the back of your neck. If you've got kids who are going through a growth spurt, Deep Blue is a great oil to rub on their legs to help with the aches and pains from that. Now remember, oils are amazing at supporting your kids' health, but like I mentioned, it is so important to dilute your oils, especially for young kids and the elderly and just people who generally have more sensitive skin. If you don't want to have to worry about diluting them yourself, doTERRA does offer touch versions of their oils, which are roller bottles that come pre-diluted, and they were specifically designed for young children, the elderly, and people with sensitive skin. Deep Blue can also be used for back pain, joint pain, and head tension. Now, the third and final way to use essential oils is internally. And it's only because of the high quality and the CPTG standard that we are able to take doTERRA's oils internally. It's important to remember that not all oils and not all oil companies are created equally, and therefore we can only recommend internal use for doTERRA's oils. So to use essential oils internally, you can drink them in your water, put them directly under your tongue, or fill up an empty veggie capsule and take them like a pill. Now, not every essential oil that doTERRA offers is recommended for internal use. So the way you can tell if an essential oil is meant for internal use is to check to see if it has supplement facts on the bottle. If there are supplement facts on the bottle, they will kind of look like nutrition facts. And if you see the supplement facts on the bottle, then that means it is safe for internal use. If there are no supplement facts on the bottle, then it's not recommended for internal use, and there are just more beneficial ways to use the oil anyway. So a great oil to use internally is On Guard. On Guard is doTERRA's protective blend. It consists of cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, wild orange, and rosemary. This oil is really good to use to boost your immune system, and it also supports a healthy respiratory system as well. If you work with kids or if you have kids, this blend is absolutely essential. You want to rub it on the bottoms of your feet every morning and on your child's feet every morning, and this will help protect yourself from catching whatever is going around. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide, and here you'll see a bathroom medicine cabinet filled with products that you can use at your fingertips. These are awesome solutions that you can just have in your home to use whenever you need them. How empowering is that? And by the way, everything in this medicine cabinet actually comes in one of our most popular kits called the Natural Solutions Kit. So before we really tackle what's in this medicine cabinet, I want you guys to consider this. I want you to think to yourself, what are my top health priorities? What do I want to feel more of, and what do I want to feel less of? So many of you may say, I want better sleep, or I want less tension. So if you go ahead and fill out this next section, it just kind of gives you an idea as we go through the rest of the class of what would be the best products to help support you specifically. So I'm going to give everyone a minute to have a chance to fill that out and to think about that and to write down 3 things you want to feel more of and 3 things you want to feel less of. So I'm going to give everyone a chance to do that right now. So now that you've written down some of your health priorities, let's talk about some of the most common ones that we hear from people. I often hear that people want to experience better sleep. And for that, 2 of our most popular options are lavender and serenity. We know that lavender and serenity are both very calming oils. Lavender is really good to reduce any sort of anxious feelings, and it's a great oil to apply to your feet before bed. You can apply it to the back of your neck, and it just really helps your mind settle down so that you can get a restful night's sleep. Serenity is our restful blend, and this is another awesome option. It helps create a restful sleeping environment, so diffusing it is a great way to benefit from it. It's also another great oil to apply to the back of your neck, on the bottoms of your feet, and wherever just feels best for you. So these oils are amazing at supporting and assisting our body, but we also need to make sure we're doing everything on our end to promote a restful night's sleep as well. So you always want to make sure you're putting yourself in a dark room when it's time to go to sleep, and try taking deep breaths. So you can put the lavender and serenity on your hands, cup them together, and just take deep breaths in, and make sure you're going to want to make sure you limit your caffeine intake during the day too, because that will be very helpful. So as you take the deep breaths with the lavender and the serenity cupped over your nose and mouth, it will only work better to help our bodies relax and get that restful night's sleep so that we can wake up the next morning feeling full of energy. Lavender is also really good at calming your skin, so it's going to be your skin's new BFF. It's also great to apply after a long day in the sun, And it's just a very versatile oil that all of us are going to want because it helps calm our anxious feelings, promotes a restful night's sleep, and it's so great at supporting our skin. Another area of concern for people is that they just want to feel less tummy discomfort. So whether it's stomach upset, gas, bloating, etc., they just want some relief. So an oil that we love for that is Digestin. It is amazing for all things digestive because it helps bring your body back into balance. So this is a great oil to have on hand if you have kids, because whenever they are feeling some of that tummy trouble, you can dilute it and apply it over their belly in a clockwise motion. And you can also rub it on the bottoms of their feet. If you're a little older, you can take it in a veggie capsule to help ease any digestive discomfort. Another great product for digestive support is Terrazyme. This is a great product to use proactively, so before you eat your meal, and this helps you prevent that discomfort in the first place. Terrazyme is great because it helps your body by providing it with the extra enzymes it needs to break down the food that you're eating and absorb the necessary nutrients in the food. I love Terrazyme personally because I have celiac disease, and that means that I have to avoid gluten like the plague. If I have any sort of gluten, even if it's an amount smaller than a crumb, I will be very, very sick for several days on end. So if I'm eating out or if I'm going to a friend's house and there's a possibility of some cross-contamination, I love that I can take my Terrazyme before I eat. It helps my body break down the food, and I've noticed that I don't experience that digestive discomfort anymore. Now, I do still have to avoid gluten at all costs. This is not like a cure for celiac disease, but it is very comforting to know that even if I accidentally do have some cross-contamination, that I won't be sick like I was in the past. My parents actually made a really awesome short video explaining why Terrazyme works, and it shows you how the Terrazyme works to break down your food. So I'd like to show that to you guys right now.
Now we're going to do a little experiment to show you two things. One, how you can incorporate this into a child's diet, even in baby food. And two, how effective Terrazyme actually is at breaking down our food. So we're going to open up this Jello pudding mix, and I'm going to be the control, and all I'm going to do is stir mine. Deborah is going to open up a Terrazyme capsule and pour in the contents into hers. And we're going to stir these for about a minute and then show you what the results are after about a minute. So it's been about 2 minutes now, and as you can see from the control one, my spoon still stands up, and if I turn it out, nothing comes out. Now the one with the Terrazyme, you can see it doesn't stand up, it's very runny, and if she turns it over, what happens? It's broken down. And that's exactly what the Terrazyme does to our food. It breaks down the food, so if it actually does have any nutritional value in it, it can be absorbed into our body.
Isn't that so cool? I just love Terrazyme, and I love seeing how it actually works to break down the food that I'm eating. So now that we have addressed some of the most common health concerns, let's go ahead and talk about some of our most popular essential oils. I have a lot of favorites, and you'll soon see that you will develop a list of your favorite oils too. But I just want to point out a couple of my favorite oils and just tell you a little bit about them. So the first one I want to talk about is frankincense, and this is really a powerhouse oil, and we actually call it the king of all oils. And we have this saying where we say, when in doubt, get your frankincense out, and that's because frankincense is such a versatile oil, and it can address a myriad of health concerns. So I love this oil for many different reasons, but one of my favorite things about this oil is that it is very oxygenating to the body. And I just love that we can have clear breathing just by simply applying the oil. It's also amazing at supporting healthy cellular function, and it helps balance your mind. So it's another one that can help decrease anxious feelings that we sometimes experience. Now you'll want to be taking frankincense internally too, because it is great at supporting your immune system. Balance is another oil blend that I use on a daily basis. This oil promotes a whole body sense of relaxations, it eases anxious feelings, and it's very uplifting to the mood. It also evokes feelings of tranquility and balance. So this is a great oil to diffuse, and it's also great to rub on the bottoms of your feet every morning so that you can make sure you're starting your day on the right foot. And there was actually no pun intended. But this is a must-have if you have children because it's known by many moms as a tantrum tamer. Next, let's talk about Breathe. This is doTERRA's respiratory blend. I absolutely love Breathe, and you're going to love it too, so let me tell you why. This is a really good essential oil to diffuse at night to help promote a healthy night's sleep. It helps keep your airways open, and anytime we have clear breathing, we just tend to sleep better. You can also diffuse it during the day, especially when the seasons are changing, or anytime you need a little extra support in opening up your airways for clear, easy breathing. It also just smells so good. It has a very, very invigorating aroma. So what I love about these oils is that they are great at taking care of specific issues that we are dealing with, but they are also great to use for preventative care as well. Using them proactively is so important to support our immune system or our respiratory system, and it helps keep us healthy so that we're not getting sick in the first place. I also love that there are lots of different oils for lots of different concerns that we deal with. So truly, we never run out of options, and to me, that's just so empowering. And what I love is that we can be prepared for anything. Whether we're dealing with a little emergency or a bigger one, we now have something to help soothe our anxious feelings in that moment and help us deal with every situation we face better. Now we also have a solution for those stuffy noses or a cough that your child may be experiencing. And you can also just use these oils again at supporting your immune system on a daily basis. Just imagine all of the money you save when you're staying healthy and you aren't having to go to the doctor all the time. Or even when you do have the sniffles, you have something at home now that you can treat it with naturally, effectively, and affordably. So these oils truly help you live out that healthy, natural lifestyle that we're all hoping for. So remember, if I didn't cover an essential oil that you need, that's okay. There are lots of oils and I just couldn't get to them all today. So feel free to ask a question after class by maybe sending me a private message, and I would be more than happy to help you find the perfect solution for you so that you can start tackling your health goals today. I could talk about essential oils for days on end, but I do want to respect your time, and I do want to make sure I save enough time for the last section. So for this last part of class, I'm actually going to turn it over to my dad, who is also my upline, and his name is Barry Becker.
Thank you, Juliana. So Juliana has shared a lot of great information about how these essential oils can benefit us in so many ways. But I'm about to tell you the best thing you can do for all health issues. So hopefully you're taking notes. If not, just try to remember this. So the best thing you can do for all health issues is to stay healthy. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous. But seriously, if we took a more proactive and preventative approach to our health, we could live a far better life. Some of the best things we can do are to build a strong immune system, reduce toxins and inflammation, and have a healthy gut. And we have already talked about some of that with some of the products that Juliana talked about. We've been asked if we could only have one doTERRA product, what would it be? And that's a tough question to ask, and I'm glad we don't have to make that choice. But without a doubt, it would be their Lifelong Vitality, or LLV, which also is their #1 selling product, and it does have a money-back guarantee. That's how confident they are and how it works. Now, my wife and I, when we first got our kit, which was the Natural Solutions Kit, or what I like to call the Lifestyle Change Kit, because of the variety of products that can help you in so many different areas. It had the LLV in there, but we've never been vitamin people, so we decided just to take it and put it in a cupboard someplace for several months. And as we were learning more about doTERRA, we kept on hearing everybody say how great this product was and how it just changed their lives and how much more energy they had and less pain and everything like that. And we said, okay, fine, we're in our 50s. I guess maybe, we do have some aches and pains, and yes, I do have to take a nap every Sunday afternoon or I won't make it through the following week, so we'll give this a shot. So the package that I showed you is for one person for 1 month, but we had one pack. So my wife and I decided, okay, we're going to each take it. And through that first 2 weeks where we took it, we didn't really notice anything. It didn't really jump out at us as big revolutionary changes until we stopped taking it. And a few days later, we realized that those aches and pains we had, especially in the morning, or that stiffness, or the lack of energy that we had, it was starting to come back. So we decided that was it. We expedited to get 2 boxes, and for the last probably 3.5 years, we have not been without it since. And so I'm just going to give you a brief description of what comes in that box. It's actually 3 different components. The first one is called VMZ. It's their essential vitamins and mineral, and I'm going to try to show you. So 1 day supply is just 4 small capsules here that you have to take, and it contains all your essential vitamins and minerals. And what they've done a lot of research with this for many years, because in the early days of vitamins, they didn't have enough of certain things, and then they went into these mega vitamins where they had too much. But it's more than just the amount of vitamin in there, which they've really tried to get it to be ideal for our diets, but it's also the quality of it. The VMZ comes from clean whole foods, okay? And even if we try to eat a clean whole food diet, it's nearly impossible to get the nutrients we need from the fruits and vegetables, because one of the reasons is they don't contain the fruits and vegetables they once had based off of the quality of the soil now, genetic engineering, etc. The food we have, the fruits and vegetables we have today, are not the same as what our grandparents ate when they were young. So the VMZ is a food nutrient complex, and it's bioavailable vitamins and minerals that are deficient in modern diets. Now, what you ask me, what is bioavailable? Well, bioavailable, it's the rate at which these components can be absorbed into our body. So you might ask yourself, well, what happens to supplements if they aren't bioavailable? That's a great question. And we actually heard this recently, and I found it also in an article online that talked about this. A woman that spoke, she had a friend that worked in a sewage treatment plant, and he told her that literally they have to take out wheelbarrows upon wheelbarrow of these supplements. So this article says sewage treatment plants are reporting that they remove tons of undissolved vitamins from their treatment ponds every year. Literally, money down the drain. These synthetic vitamins and minerals are typically delivered in a packed tablet that does not dissolve in the stomach and thus pass right through the body. Of course, this means that very little, if any, vitamins and minerals are absorbed by the body. And the gentleman her friend that she knew that worked there, he took his glove and picked one out that had been there several months, and he could even read the company's name on the capsule. I mean, that's terrible. And now the doTERRA's vitamins and minerals, like I said, they come from broccoli and other vegetables and things. They're whole foods in there, and they're meant to be absorbed by the body. So the next product is called Z-Omega. Now, let me show that to you. Again, these are 4 very tiny soft gels, like mini jelly beans almost. So they contain the omega-3s as well as the omega-6s and 9s. And these are our essential fatty acids. And it also contains several essential oils that are very important for our everyday use. Clove, which is very high on the ORAC scale, frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile, as well as vitamin D and E, which most people are lacking in. So I'll ask a quick question. If you can type it in the chat if you know what it is. Who knows what the #1 cause of death is in women? I'll give you a few seconds to type that in the chat. There you go, Sharon, you got it. It's heart disease. Very good, Sharon. You must be a nurse or something. Well, anyway, Z-Omega one of the things that actually does is promotes heart and circulatory health. It also supports healthy joint function and comfort. It provides immune-boosting nutrients. It protects against lipid oxidation and supports healthy function of the brain, the eyes, and the nervous system. And it also promotes healthy skin. Now, this is something I actually learned recently on a doTERRA video, but there's a key component in this that actually makes the product red, and it's a microalgae carotenoid extract of pure astaxanthin. Now, astaxanthin has been clinically substantiated to provide powerful antioxidant and circulatory benefits, support eye health, improve muscle strength and endurance, and liver and digestive system, aid the liver and digestive system, support healthy skin, and modulate healthy immune function. And it's also been associated with a reduced risk of sunburn, which I thought was very interesting. So this algae in there, in fact, they said if you take one of those pills, that the redness, and you put it in the windowsill, after several days with the exposure to the sun's rays, it will actually turn white. And that's how it protects our skin as well. We also learned at a recent retreat that we went to from one of the doctors that was there is that the Z-Omega is also great for reducing inflammation. Like I mentioned before, inflammation is one of the root causes of most sickness and disease. So the last product in this is called Alpha CRS. And again, it's 4 fairly small capsules that you have to take. And again, this is for 1 daily dosage. So this is the Cellular Energy and Longevity Blend. And when you get gray hair like this, when you hear that word longevity, that just jumps out at you. So this Alpha CRS, it combats damage to our DNA and cells which are under attack every day by free radicals. It provides mitochondrial support, and that's the energy component in our cells. And I've seen reports, studies by several doctors and researchers that actually suggest that if you have healthy mitochondria, you have a greatly reduced risk of getting that disease that most people fear, that I'm not going to mention what it is, but I'm sure you can figure out what it is. Okay? So mitochondrial support is very key for that. So the CRS, it actually stands for Cellular Renewal System, and that's what this helps do. It goes in your cells, and if it finds cells that are damaged or that need repair, it will try to repair them, but if it can't repair them, it eliminates them so they cannot affect these other cells nearby. So healthy tissues, organs, and ultimately healthy organisms depend on cellular reproduction and specialized function, energy production, and timely cell death when cells are not functioning at optimal levels. So as we age, cellular function can deteriorate, and we gradually begin to experience decreased energy and performance. Now, taken together, all these 3 supplements provide the antioxidant capacity of 12 or more servings of fruits and vegetables. And at that retreat that we attended recently, we heard from several doctors and naturopaths, and they strongly recommend LLV and a healthy diet. You can't do one without the other. You really need to consider changing your diet as well as taking the LLV. This is not a magic thing. You have to support your health in other ways. So Dr. Jessica Herzog, who is a family practitioner, she actually said everyone 12 and older should be taking the full dosage of LLV every day. And the naturopath Betty McGill, who spoke, she has a way of testing the effectiveness of the treatments that she recommends for her patients. She said if you just took one of these 3 components, and she measured that, one might have an effectiveness score of maybe 1,000, another 600, and another 400, which are great scores. It's very effective for our health. But when taking all 3 supplements together, the effectiveness is not the sum of the parts or 2,000, but it's actually more like 100,000. The synergistic effect of taking all 3 together is exponentially more beneficial to our health. So, like I said, all these products that Juliana has talked about, as well as the LLV, they can do amazing things for our health. But we also need to make good choices. And if we eat and drink things that are unhealthy, and we don't exercise, and we don't get adequate rest, we have a lot of stress and we continually are exposed to harmful toxins, these products won't be as effective. We're just working against ourselves. And I think Julianne has shared this before, but I like to equate it to a boxer who goes into a ring. He fights a hard fight. He gets hit below the eye here. It splits open, and it's all swollen, puffed up. After the fight, he gets it stitched up and puts ice on to bring the swelling down. And what does he do? 2 days later, he gets back in the ring again, gets a fight. Same thing happens, busted open. So if he doesn't change his habits, he's not going to have changed results. So that's all I want to share, and I'm going to turn it back over to Juliana to continue with the rest of her class.
Wow, what a lot of great information. Thank you so much for sharing. So now that we've gone over our top essential oils, we've talked about what you want to feel more of, what you want to feel less of, I want to ask you, are you open to getting essential oils into your home? Are you open to the possibility of having natural solutions at your fingertips? If you said yes, I would encourage you to choose which kit is best for you and your family. The first one is the Diamond Kit, which you can see has pretty much every product, and it's going to help you with completely transforming your lifestyle and making it a healthy one. It's really an amazing kit. But personally, my favorite kit is the one pictured right below it, which is called the Natural Solutions Kit. I like to call this one the Mini Diamond Kit. It still comes with the 10-hour diffuser. It comes with the vitamins and a great variety of essential oils. It comes with all of the oils we talked about today, plus some extras. It also comes with a wooden box to keep all of your oils in. It comes with Deep Blue Rub, natural shampoo and conditioner, Terrazyme, and more. Oh, and it also comes with On Guard foaming hand wash, which you are going to love, especially in the winter months when the kids start coming home with the sniffles. It really helps to make sure that their hands are cleaned properly, and it makes sure to kill the bad bacteria without killing the good bacteria, because we do need that good bacteria to stay healthy. One of the other kits on there is the Home Essentials Kit. This is another really popular option. It comes with the top 10 most popular essential oils and a diffuser. Diffusing is going to quickly become one of your favorite ways to benefit from the oils. Every home needs a diffuser, so I love that this kit comes with one. And lastly, we have the Home Essentials Kit. I consider this one like a mini starter kit. It contains the smaller bottles of essential oils, but it does come with the top 10 oils. So it's a good kit if you want to sample and figure out what oils you like. And then of course, when you find your favorites, you can always reorder them in the bigger size when you run out. So before we wrap up this class, I want to show you one last short video that my husband and I made. It's a little silly, but in this video we address some of the most frequently asked questions about buying an essential oil kit.
So I'm interested in getting a kit of those oils. But first I have a couple questions.
Okay, sounds great. Ask away.
Do I have to sell these oils?
Nope.
Okay, I hear you. But how much do I have to spend every month?
Well, the thing is, you don't. You can just buy your kit and never buy again if you don't want to. Totally up to you.
Okay, so let's say I find a kit I like. Am I going to get charged with unexpected fees after that?
Well, it's $3.99 for shipping and then whatever your state tax is. But I'd say that's pretty expected.
So if I get these oils, does that mean I have to start doing yoga?
That'd be quite the sight to see, but no, you don't have to do yoga unless you want to.
Are you saying you don't want to see me do yoga?
Got any other questions?
How am I going to know how to use these oils?
Well, we'll send you a bunch of great resources, and you're more than welcome to come to all of our classes, both online and in person.
So am I signing my life away?
I'm actually glad you asked. If you could just fill this out for me? Just kidding. I can make a joke because that's such a ridiculous question. Of course you're not.
So what's the catch here?
You'll get your essential oils at the most affordable price. You'll get a whole team who will support you in your wellness journey. And you'll be able to support your family's health naturally, effectively, and affordably.
So to me, that doesn't sound like a catch.
Okay, then I guess there's no catch.
Wow, this sounds like a great deal. How do I get one of these kits?
Perfect. I'd be happy to show you.
I hope you guys enjoyed that little video. So as we stated in the video, buying a kit simply gives you everything you need to begin living a healthier lifestyle. There is never any pressure to buy anything on a regular basis, and you are never required to sell anything. So before you go, I would just like to tell you about some of the awesome promotions we have going on this month. In April, if you buy any kit, you automatically receive a free diffuser from us. You will receive a $50 credit to your account to use towards free oils of your choice. You will receive free education and resources from us, and you will also have access to all of our continuing education classes that happen every month, both online and in person. So if you're interested in getting started with a kit and taking advantage of all these awesome promotions, just let me know and I would be happy to help you order your kit today. With a kit of oils and the amazing resources that you will be given, you will be able to address 80% of your health concerns at home. How empowering is that? If you have learned a lot at tonight's class and you can think of at least 1 or 2 friends who would benefit from this same information, consider hosting your own class. If you schedule a class with us, we will give you a free diffuser at your own class. So here are all the ways you can contact us. Thank you so much for joining us, and please feel free to let us know if you have any questions at all.